Hi there, welcome to theclearskinessentials.com. I'm Natasha St. Michael, and today I want to talk about mask acne, otherwise known as maskne. What to do if you're wearing a mask and you're getting acne, you're getting breakouts, you're getting pimples, your skin is getting irritated, you need help, right? So for a lot of you, either getting pimples might be like something you've never experienced before until you started wearing a mask. And for others, you've already been dealing with acne or breakouts and masks are kind of making it worse. So today what I want to do is I want to talk about the best masks for acne prone skin. I want to talk about mask hygiene, how to take care of masks, what to wash it with so that it's not irritating your skin. And I want to talk about your skincare routine and what you're using on your skin while you're wearing a mask, because that is a huge detail. And a lot of times, a lot of our skincare products that you're used to wearing and using every day might be irritating your skin while you're wearing a mask. And then lastly, I want to also talk a little bit about diet and lifestyle and what you can do to speed up the healing of your skin and make it more resilient. Okay, so first let's talk about selecting a mask for acne prone skin. What kind of mask should you get? I recommend getting natural fiber masks. If you're going to be using a reusable mask, go with a mask that's either made out of silk or made out of cotton. I recommend avoiding masks that are made out of polyester, rayon, nylon, things like that, mainly because they tend to trap heat and moisture more than a natural fiber mask does, okay? So, and the thing is that the reason why you're getting sensitivity and breakouts and pimples and acne from wearing a mask is that when you put a mask on, that mask it's sealing in moisture and heat, right? Like every time you breathe, moisture and heat and vapor is always coming out of your mouth every time you're breathing. And that's getting trapped between the mask and your skin. And that humid environment is what's causing your skin to get sensitive. It's also causing bacteria to start growing, all of that. And so you want a mask that is helping to keep that a little bit cool and not sealing in that moisture and that heat so much. So better go with a natural fiber. Now, if you have very sensitive skin, let's say you find like the mask is rubbing and it's causing redness and irritation, or you don't like the feeling of a mask on your skin, I would recommend going with a silk mask because it's much more lightweight, it's naturally antibacterial, and it's softer as well, so it'll cause less friction and irritation. And one thing is that you might have to try a few masks until you find something that fits your face well, that feels comfortable and that you like. Now, once you do find your favorite mask, I recommend getting a lot of them, because one thing is that you need to keep changing them throughout the day. If let's say you're in a situation where you're going to school every day or you're going to work every day and you have to wear a mask for like 6 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours or more, I recommend changing your mask every 3 to 4 hours, because basically when you're breathing on a mask all day, it's getting wet, right, because of that humidity. And as soon as it starts getting soiled, that's when the bacteria is really going to start growing. And so you want your masks to be dry. And so therefore you want to keep changing them throughout the day, so you're using a clean, dry mask on your skin. Let's say you're in an environment where it's kind of hot and you're kind of sweaty and stuff. You might want to change your mask every 2 hours. The more you change it, the better. And as soon as you've used a mask, it's dirty, okay? So don't reuse the same mask you wore the day before without cleaning it. So every time you use a mask, put it in your laundry, okay? It needs to be washed before you can wear it again. And so that's why I recommend get a lot so that you have enough masks to wear, to keep changing throughout the day, and then enough in between laundry days. So that's really, really important. Plus, what you're washing your masks with. This is a huge one. A lot of people actually have sensitivity and acne and pimples from the detergents you're washing your masks with. So my recommendation is to use an eco or a free and clear, unscented, fragrance-free, perfume-free, essential oil-free detergent. You got to use something that's super mild to wash your masks, and preferably machine wash. If you have to be doing your laundry by hand, that's okay, but try and get something that is fragrance free. Really try and make sure that you're washing out the detergent. And I don't recommend using any fabric softeners or any bleach on your masks, because your detergents, fabric softeners, bleaches, all of that leaves residue on the fabric. And then when that fabric is against your face all day and your face is getting heated up from the humidity and the sweat and the breathing, it's just going to create sensitivity. It's going to cause you to have pimples and rashes and dermatitis and like so many issues. And that's the big thing. So whatever you do, get a mild detergent to wash your masks with and don't use anything else. So let's talk about your skincare routine and what to be doing before you put on a mask. So let's say you're wearing a mask during the day, what to do in the morning before you put on your mask. My recommendation is to have a very simple and mild skincare routine when you're using a mask. The reason why is because most skincare products have not been designed or tested on how they're going to interact with being covered by a mask, right? All skincare products have been designed to be used on skin that's in the open air. But as soon as you put a product on your skin and then cover it with fabric, that skincare product and the active ingredients in that product can start being too strong and irritating and damage your skin. It's just, they interact very differently with the skin when your skin is in open air compared to when it's covered. And so for a lot of people, that's why they're getting breakouts and acne and rashes and dermatitis and clogged pores and all these problems, is because their skin is being covered by material all day when they're using these strong products. So my recommendation is that you need to cut back on things you're using, especially during the day. In the evening, when your skin is uncovered, you can use whatever products you want. But during the day, when your skin is covered, my recommendation is just to stick with a plain mild cleanser and a very lightweight, fast absorbing moisturizer. You don't want to be using a moisturizer that is leaving any kind of heavy or oily or waxy residues on your skin, because the moment you put on the mask, it's going to start melting and moving around your skin, and it could be like trapping like bacteria and debris and all this stuff. And so you basically just want to wash your face, have a clean face. If you're going to use a moisturizer, use something that's very light, that dries down before putting on your mask. So if you are going to use a moisturizer, I would put it on like 30 to 40 minutes before you put on a mask, and just make sure that there's no residues sitting on your skin before you put on a mask. And that's the best way. If you don't need a moisturizer, let's say you're wearing a mask and you're like, oh, it's very humid and my skin doesn't really need a moisturizer and it feels like it's just melting off my skin, skip it completely. You know, if you don't need it, don't use it, because the less products and ingredients on your skin when you're using a mask, the better. So I don't recommend using any kind of toners, mists, or essences, or any serums, or no acne products, no treatment products, nothing while you're wearing a mask. Okay, so during the day, it's like literally cleanser, and if you need a moisturizer, and that's it, nothing else. And avoid using a moisturizer that has any kind of perfume or fragrance in it. No, I would even avoid using moisturizer that has essential oils, because again, once you're covering your skin with a mask and with those essential oils, they can become too strong. Same thing as I would avoid using a moisturizer that has like vitamin C added to it, or any kind of exfoliating acids, none of that. It really needs to be like a bland, plain moisturizer. Some of you can use an oil as long as it really absorbs into your skin and has no residues on your skin when you put on the mask, okay? But you have to kind of experiment with these things. And what I'll do is, on today's blog post that goes with this video, I'm gonna list out a bunch of recommended, very plain, simple products that I recommend that could be of help. Now, what you do in the evening, you can go and use your favorite products in the evening when your skin is uncovered, but during the day, you just want to keep it simple. Now, one thing I'll also say too, because I know some of you will ask me about, like, what about makeup? What about sunscreen? Can you use that during the day when you're wearing a mask? Now, if you're having acne breakouts, the bottom part of your face, I wouldn't be putting like the sunscreen and makeup or any of that on when you're going to be covering it with a mask, because again, it's heavy, it's going to trap the bacteria, it's going to clog your pores. It doesn't work well being covered with a mask. You can put it on the top part of your face that isn't covered with the mask, but I would just want to keep this as clean as possible. Now, I don't recommend, because I know people do this, is that they start washing washing their face multiple times a day because they start seeing breakouts and they want to wash it off. Don't do that, okay? Don't wash your face more than twice a day. You know, even when you're wearing the mask, if you wash your face too much, you're going to break down that protective barrier your skin has, and you're going to cause more problems, okay? So no multiple washing. Don't be using wipes and stuff like that on your face, no. And what about like if you need lip balm or something like that, right? Like some of you have chapped lips and you're like, I need my lip balm. Can I wear that under the mask? My recommendation is that if you really need to use something on your lips, use it like an hour before you put on the mask. You know, coat it well, and then right before you're putting on the mask, wipe it off. Wipe off the residue and then put on your mask. So at least you have a little bit of a lip treatment before you put on a mask, but you don't leave any residues, because once you put on the mask, it's going to start melting down your face. And that too is what could be causing breakouts and pimples and clogged pores. So let's talk now about your skincare routine at night, and I want to give some suggestions too as what else you can do in case you are getting a lot of clogged pores and just a lot of problems. So at night, this is the time when your skin can finally balance out, it can heal, it can just calm down and be repaired. And so you want to support that, because all day if you've been wearing a mask and your skin is irritated, it's broken out, you really want to be gentle on your skin and allow it to heal itself. So my recommendation is not to use anything too strong on your skin. Basically, I would just wash your face with a mild cleanser. You can use your favorite moisturizer or facial oil. And if you want, you can also use a spot treatment. And what a spot treatment can do is if you just dab it on areas where you have a pimple, it can just help to speed up the healing. It can help reduce inflammation. And I know some of you like to use like essential oils like tea tree oil, or you can use like an oil blend like Living Libations. They have a bunch of essential oil blends. Or my favorite is from Vajura Natural Alternatives. This is Blue Fairy. This is awesome. It works great. And these kind of things you can just dab on your skin right before going to sleep. You can also use spot treatments that contain salicylic acid, and this too can help dissolve the buildup inside the pore. It can also help to bring down the redness and the inflammation. And Indie Lee makes awesome spot treatments. She's got a bunch of them that you can choose from, and they work. So you can use a spot treatment at night, no problem. But I would never use a spot treatment underneath a mask. And the reason why is because it's just too strong. These things are not designed to be dabbed on your skin and then covered with fabric, because as you know, it gets hot in there and that can really damage your skin. Something like tea tree oil, if you were to put this on your skin and then cover it with a mask, it can burn your skin. Even if this was diluted, it becomes way too strong the moment you cover your skin with something. So using a spot treatment is completely fine at night or during the day when you're at home and your skin is uncovered. But whenever you're wearing a mask, don't put a spot treatment on underneath. Wait till the evening. One thing I recommend taking a break from while you're wearing masks and your skin is irritated, it's broken out, I would take a break from retinols, and I would take a break from using any strong serum that's made with exfoliating acids and any strong exfoliating scrub. I would just take a break from just exfoliating products in general, especially the ones that you use like every day. Take a break from that, and as well as the retinol, mainly because if your skin is already sensitive from wearing a mask and then you're using these strong serums overnight, it's just making your skin more sensitive. And at night, you really need your skin, you need to give it time to just calm down and restore itself, not something that's stimulating it even more and making it more sensitive. And then when you put a mask on top of it the next day, it's just getting worse. Instead of doing that, what I would recommend doing is using a very gentle but deep cleansing facial mask, maybe once or twice a week, like a clarifying mask or a purifying mask. I can recommend the Indie Lee. This is a great clay mask, and it has exfoliating acids in it and sulfur as well. And this really does like a deep cleanse, but there's no grit or texture to it. And it's actually quite hydrating and very soothing. And this is something you can use like once or twice a week for a deep cleanse, but you're not leaving it on your skin overnight. This is like a 20-minute mask, and that's it, so you're not overstimulating the skin. I also recommend too, another one is Vajura Natural Alternatives. Everyone knows I love this. It's the fruit complex mask. It's made with colloidal oats, so it's very soothing, but it has fruit enzymes in it to exfoliate the skin. So these kind of masks, what they're doing is basically just exfoliating the skin and dissolving the buildup in your pores. but they're not, there's no texture to them, so they're not gritty, so they're not scrubbing your skin at all, nothing like that, and they're calming your skin at the same time. So if you find that like you're wearing a mask and your skin is getting clogged up from the mask, instead of using strong exfoliating serums at night or strong toners, once or twice a week use a gentle deep cleansing mask. I would do that instead of using anything too strong. And one thing too is that if you're wearing a mask and you're finding that like your cheeks are really irritated from the mask, but your T-zone is getting really congested, what you can do is use a deep cleansing mask just on the T-zone. Don't put it on your cheeks. Don't put it anywhere where your skin is getting irritated, and do that maybe once a week, just to get in the areas that are getting clogged up, but not going anywhere near the areas that are red and irritated. You know, the main thing is that everything you're doing with your skin, you want to support the healing of it. You want to soothe it. You want to calm it down. You know, you don't want to be fighting your skin. You want to work with it. Okay. And lastly, I want to talk about how your diet and your lifestyle can help support the healing of your skin. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, I want my skin to heal fast, I want to get rid of these breakouts, I want to feel better again, my recommendation is focus on your diet, focus on eating super healthy. Try and get as much vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables and colorful vegetables, into your diet every single day. So what I would recommend doing today, starting right now, start eating at least one large green salad every day, and try to include vegetables in every single meal that you're eating. Okay, whatever you're eating, put vegetables in it. You know, it could be steamed vegetables, it could be sauteed vegetables, whatever you want, raw vegetables, but just add vegetables in wherever you can. The more healthy and whole foods and fresh foods you're eating, the better. The less processed food, the better. I also recommend really trying to cut down on sugar and alcohol, because those two fuel irritation, they fuel the inflammation, they fuel the redness, they stand in the way of your skin healing. So as much as you can kind of bring that down and have more healthy foods, the better. I also recommend too is decreasing stress and getting good sleep, keeping hydrated and exercising. You know, all getting back to the basics, because all these things will help support skin health. And the healthier your skin is, the healthier your body is, the faster it can repair and heal itself. All right, so I do want to mention I did write a whole blog post that goes with this video. So if you want to read up more about mask acne or Maskne, plus I put together a whole list of product recommendations as well, for if you need recommendations for spa treatment, cleanser, moisturizer, all of that, I put it together too on today's blog post. So I'll put the link below to that so you can check that out. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe, and I'm wishing everyone a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.